And I'm John Evans.
I'm Frances Weller. Tonight we're hearing from both sides of a dispute involving animals in Columbus County.
The county's animal shelter director says workers responded to a property 3 times for complaints of dogs living in poor conditions. But the sheriff in Columbus County, Jody Green, says someone told him officers had visited the home more than 40 times. WECT's Gabby Williams spoke to the sheriff and the animal shelter director. Sounds like a lot more here than might meet the eye, Gabby.
John, there is. The shelter got 3 calls in the last few weeks about the living conditions of dogs at a home in Chadburn, but say the dogs had food, water, and shelter, and she saw no reason to bring them in. Now, according to an article by the news reporter, Sheriff Green personally responded to a call at the same house Friday night and said the dogs were cold and hungry. After several phone calls with animal control officers, the 3 dogs were eventually taken to the shelter Friday night, and that's where they remain today. This is some video of them today at the shelter. The director of the shelter, Loretta Shipman, said her officers were never able to get in touch with the owner of the home. Sheriff Green says one of her officers told him they had been out there 41 times, but Loretta says that is way off base.
The animal shelter just let the people down or let the animals down, and that's not correct. We go beyond for these animals. The point is the dogs were not neglected, and it wasn't an abandoned home. Somebody did stay there. Because just like I told my county manager, if I supposed to go around and pick up all the dogs in the cold weather that doesn't have bed and wood chips, I would need 3 other shelters.
But Sheriff Green says he was simply doing his job when investigating the matter, and once he got there, it was obvious what needed to be done. Now, we spoke with him about what happened, and he told us, quote, "My intent for going out there that night was just to make sure they had food, water, and warmth. But when I got there and saw how it was, there was no way I could leave those dogs." He then went on to say, we are at odds right now. I hope it's something we can work through because we've got to do it for the county," end quote. Now, as for the rumors that the sheriff's office wants to take over the animal shelter, he said absolutely not. He says they aren't trained to take care of mistreated animals, but he told me he thinks both groups can work together moving forward.